That you had some experience with one of the leading figures of the '60s movement. Who was that?
Tom Hayden.
Now, who was Tom Hayden, and what did he do? What was he most famous for?
He and it's at the point now where I'm getting old and forgetting most of the facts and figures.
Now, was he part of the group called the Youth International for Peace, and was he protested against the at the Democratic Convention in Chicago?
Mm-hmm.
And some people say it was the Chicago 6, other people say it was Chicago plus more than 6. And so I understand that you actually played baseball with him. Is that right? Now, when did you play baseball with Tom Hayden?
From '84 through '90.
So on a regular basis. So what was the thing about Tom Hayden that struck you most, other than him striking you out? I understand he did that. What was the quality that he had as a person that you found most interesting?
When I first met him, I really didn't like him.
But if you played baseball with him all that time, you eventually did.
Oh yeah. He turned out to be a fun guy, a nice guy, a lot of charisma.
So what was it that you didn't like about him? Was he married to Jane Fonda then?
Yeah.
Now, did you see her in person?
Yeah.
Was she as big of a knockout in person as she is?
Yeah, it was very funny because we used to play. We went to the fantasy camp in '84. And at the very beginning, we were playing Trivial Pursuit. Roxy Campanella, Roy Campanella's wife, was my partner. There's a bunch of us down there, and he keeps on butting in. Tom
Hayden kept while you're playing Trivial Pursuit. Yeah. Tom Hayden kept on butting in.
And so all of us said, get out of here.
Did he try to give you the answers or something?
Yeah, he was,
Or he had his own political take on those answers?
Nothing political, but it was just all fun. But he was, we were trying to play our game with our brother.
And Tom Hayden was butting in.
Yeah.
I bet if there had been Jane Fonda butting in, you wouldn't have minded as much.
Right, yeah. But what was funny is we played, the guys that went to the camp that were in the LA area, we played every other week at that time it was in Redondo High School. One of the guys that played with us was the editor for Fred Rode the Tall of Shame, and they decided to do a story on us. Jane never came to a game until she knew the one day that the cameras were going to be there, and that game she came to.
Well, wasn't she a celebrity? Wasn't she a professional?
Yeah, but she didn't want to go to games, but when she knew the cameras would be there,
why should she want to go unless the cameras are there? Who was her father? A professional actor. She was a smart chick. So was there a particular moment from the 60s that you would say was some people are saying that when Jimi Hendrix lit his guitar on fire at the pop festival in Monterey in 1967, that was the iconic moment. Others disagree. Others think it was. Well, what do you think it was?
For me, it was a little different. I was in the Army in '65, and I will never forget the day that Johnson escalated the war and gave his speech. We were told that we could not have any radios. We could not have. We had to go out on the pavement and spend the whole day cleaning our rifles because they didn't want us to hear any news of what was going on or anything.
Now, what kind of a rifle were you cleaning? Was this an M1?
It was an M1.
So you were cleaning your M1.
Right.
I bet that was a really clean M1 at the end of that day.
Well, no, we just were going through the motions.
Was this a diversionary tactic?
Yeah, they didn't want us to.
Okay, so it's not that you had a bunch of super filthy rifles.
No, we never used them.
You never used them. You think they were? Okay, you think they were doing that just to divert your attention from the fact that he was escalating the war.
Yeah.
You remember the date of that?
Let's see. It was July of '65.
So July of '65, when Lyndon Johnson made the speech to escalate the war in Vietnam, so you could not hear it. You had to clean your rifle.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you had one hell of a clean rifle. Okay.